guys, welcome to part 4 of the build of the Lemon. What we're going to be doing is we've got the arms just here. Already started sanding them back, and we have also got the DI pack. That's all masked and ready to go, and we also have a cheeky set of Morits that need a bit of work. It's got that there, and the lens is a bit wobbly as well, so we need to sort that out. But yeah, we're going to start priming stuff up, prepping it and painting it, so let's do it. So we've given it a dust coat, we're going to give it another coat with this high build primer. So I'm going to give it another blast, leave it to dry, and then we'll stick the white primer over it, and then we'll go with the pink over that once that's dried, and then obviously we'll give it a couple of coats of clear coat. So I've prepped these arms. I'm not going to be taking these bolts out, I'm going to leave them in, and same with here. Just for the simple fact, if I start spraying underneath these bolts, it's more of an excuse for it to loosen off and be able to wiggle about. So I'm not going to paint them all separate, I'm going to leave them together and then paint straight over them. I might just tape over the head of these bolts. But they're all prepped. I'm going to get some of this high build edge primer on. Also taped the bottoms up so we don't get no paint on them, no excuse for any bolts to come loose. Gonna probably stick some Loctite on these as well, and along with the ones that go into the front chassis. So yeah, I'm gonna get them sprayed up and get them pink. Right, so that's now got white primer on it. That's got white primer on it. And this has got white primer on it. At some point, most of these bits I'll send off for sandblasting and powder coating, along with a centre sway bar. And this at some point I'll end up getting changed colour. It's going the pink. The fluorescent pink is going to be going over it. That's why we needed a white base. Same with these. But yeah, all these will end up getting sent for sandblasting and powder coating.
Show you the true light. Light me up and make me feel alright. 'Cause baby, we are always shining bright. Take me home tonight.
So I've just got the bits clear coated. So I've got the brackets painted black, got them clear coated. The DI pack, that's painted and clear coated. Got that clear coated. There's sway bar. And there's tyre rods. So yeah, it's all looking pretty good. It's looking a lot fresher than what it was. So we just need to get them on now. So we're on the following day. I left these parts overnight to dry, all clear coated up, all done by rattle can, as I say. At some point it'll all be done by gun, like all the under engine bits, and obviously the metal bits on the car will be done by powder coating. So they'll be sandblasted fully off and then powder coated. I just wanted to get them sanded back and sprayed something like an etch primed up, just to stop any further corrosion on the parts. Best to catch it now, as soon as we're not out of winter fully yet. But as I say, in summer I'll take them back off when we go to swap turbo over onto bigger turbo and injectors, to get the full power out of the car. And then we'll send all little bits off for powder coating, all little brackets, etc. Make it nice and smart. So yeah, next day all these are dry, so I'm going to start piecing it together now, and hopefully we can get everything on. So they're the bits that are done. And then I say it's not perfect. I wasn't really bothered about these edges because I didn't want to paint them, but because you're not going to see them, tape the edges up as well. And then the under bits, I'll just probably spray them with some matte black or something once they're on the ends. But you might be wondering, how come you've got a little cone? Well, as you saw, we had a split CV joint, so wherever my little box is, I've got a box somewhere. Got this, so it says drive shaft CV passenger side. So we got a universal rubber CV cover, and it comes out. So these are a lot more stretchable than your standard CV joints. So what happens is I'll stick this cone on the end of the drive shaft, cut the old one off, reverse this inside out, and this just slides straight over. Be able to stretch it right over. As I say, pull it on backwards, and then once it comes over, this allows it to slip over the fatter piece of the CV joint, pull it over, and then literally pull it backwards onto its end, and then we'll have a fresh CV joint on. So I think I'm going to do that now, and then we'll put everything else on, all this. So yeah, let's get going. So this is the CV boot that's knackered. It's just split on the end, and there ain't enough to pull it over, because as soon as I put any tilt on it, it just pops it off. So we're gonna have to cut this off and then use the new one. Right, so I've got the old CV boot off. If you've never seen inside and what happens, it's got little shims and ball bearings, and when your CV joint collapses, what happens is this cage is normally snapped, or your ball bearings have started collapsing and come out. So when you get them bad grinding noises, that's what's happened. Your ball bearings have come out of here. So what I'm going to do and attempt to do now, we've got this new CV boot and this cone. What this does is it sits on top like so, and allows us to push this down and over. I'm going to do it off a camera because there's no chance that I'm going to be able to record this. So I'm going to get that cone backwards, well this backwards like that, and then pull it over, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get it on and then get some fresh grease in there. So we managed to get it on with the cone. We had to cut it down a bit. It was, I don't know, out to about here somewhere, but it kept on getting down to here, and when this is on, we've cut it literally to lip of the end of the CV. So we've done that, and then we managed to, with a bit of a struggle, managed to squeeze it on backwards. Got Jubilee on here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just pull this back now, get some grease with it. So I'm going to put the grease in because it's literally sprayed all of it out, so I'm going to make sure that I get plenty of grease. Going to put all of this in, and then we've got the proper CV clips. So I'm going to attempt to get one of them on. I've not done one before. I think it's going to be pretty easy though. I think they're just literally go in and then press in. I've got some small pliers, so I should be able to crimp it together. So we'll get this greased and we'll get that on, then she's good to go in. Right, so I've got the CV boot on now. Got the Jubilee that I took off, just put that on because it's, yeah, put a proper CV end on there. So I'm just going to wipe it down now, make sure that there's no grease all over it, because obviously we only want it on inside. All that's greased up, and then gonna go try get it on car with everything else. As you can see, we've got the pink DI cap on there now. I've just got the drive shaft in, and the spacers to make sure that the drive shaft sits correctly. What I'm doing now is I'm just tightening all the suspension components up, and then I'll get the bottom control tie bar, whatever you want to call them. People call them different stuff, tie bars, control arms, whatever. So yeah, I'm going to tighten these up and then I'll stick them on. Remember, always lock tight your bolts. Look at that. Oh. Oh.
I didn't realise you were even doing that bit then.
Lock tight your bolts. Alright, so all this side is now bolted up and locked tight. So it's all tightened on. Just need to get the other side on, and then I can get the sway bar attached to these. I've just started on the other side, but obviously because I've just had to put a new boot on it, it's sprayed the grease up, so I'm just tidying everything up. Just wiped the ABS ring down because that was full of grease and grime, and I believe it's had a new ABS speed sensor. It's on electronic CORSA C sensor, so I've checked all the wiring to that. That seems to be okay. The relay might be a dud because the speedo didn't work, but it might have been down to the amount of grease and shit all over this and the sensor. So I'm hoping that this has cured that. If not, I'll have to look further into the relay and check the signals. I've already got a diagram for that, so I can always do that another day. What's happening, guys? So we're on to another day of this part 4. So yeah, yesterday we got half of the full driver's side on. I got the drive shaft on the passenger side on with help from Kim. So that's in. We just need to get this passenger side tie bar and obviously the sway bar on, and then we can tighten the nuts on the drive shaft. Still need to put the new rubbers on the exhaust and manoeuvre the exhaust into position, and then clamp that fully up and fill the gearbox oil up, and that's it as far as I know. So hopefully we can get that done today. It started snowing last night really bad. It's melted, but now it's started snowing again, so that's why I'm trying to get as much as I can done today. I was trying to do it yesterday, but it just got too dark. So yeah, let's do it. See what I'm having to fucking deal with here? Every single time I go to do this car, does it rather piss it down or snow? Fucking bastard. I'm still putting this on, I'm still doing it. Fuck you, no, I'm still doing it. So we've got Loctite on his bolts, don't know if you can see it just a bit on the end there. Oh look, and we've got some Loctite on that one as well. Oops. And we've got some on that one as well.
And what does Loctite do?
Old stuff on. Stops it from vibrating loose. Give it a couple of ugga duggers and then you're ready to go. Right, so we're getting to a point now where all front's done and we just need to get the exhaust on now. But when I took the exhaust off to start with, I mean, the cable tied, so I've got some fresh ones. They've got fucking stupid clips on the back of them, so I need to work out a way to get them off and then get these rubbers on. Well, these fresh ones right here. Right, so the tie bars are on, sway bars on, exhaust is on, all the way to the back. So gearbox oil, and then get some wheels back on her and drop her back down. Right, so we've got everything on. just before I put the wheels on. I'm just going to make sure that the clutch is engaging and disengaging, and then we're just going to walk it through its gears and see what she does. So we're in neutral. She's idling at just under 1, so about 900 RPM, which these engines are supposed to. We've just checked all the gearing, working absolutely spot on. So I just need to take the battery off now and fill gearbox oil up. That's it. Right, so I'm just undoing this bolt on the top, and this will give us the hole to fill the gearbox oil up. So you can just see that hole right there. So we're going to get a funnel in there and then we'll start filling her up. It's saying that it'll take about 1.9, so I'm going to empty 2 full litre bottles, and then the bits that are around the edge still out of both bottles, that should give us about 50ml in each bottle. So that's how I'm just going to do it, because it's been fully empty and sat there. Like that. We have a working car. Till next time, guys, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Got a squeaky brake. Till next time, see you later.